Alright guys, there you go. First layer of resin on. I did not do underneath the buckets yet. I'm hoping that I can keep the bucket on here. This side will harden up, and then I can pull the buckets off and do underneath the buckets, and hopefully it stays in place when I pull the buckets and keeps the shape that I want. If not, then I'll just pull the buckets up, resin them, set the buckets back on it, and then just rip it off later. So that's what I'm hoping for. Had a little bit of an issue trying to get the right shape I wanted for the back side of this. With this being stretched across here, it wanted to cave in the center. So I actually cut up a piece of pool noodle and shoved a piece of pool noodle in there, and I got some RC tires kind of holding it in place there. Worked out really well, so that'll keep a good shape on that, so I still got plenty of room back there. We're gonna keep moving on this. Probably got about 40 minutes for this. Is supposedly supposed to be workable. Still kind of wet in most areas. I just got done with it about 10 minutes ago, but it's starting to tack. Like, this is where I started, so you can see it's starting to stick to my fingers. So hopefully I mix that right, follow the instructions, use my calculator on my phone, and went from there. So how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Quick update. We have some fiberglass on. I've got 1.5 layers on here. Buckets did the trick. I did put some filler pieces in here to kind of build this edge up from where the bucket sat. We're pretty solid right now. I do have to put another layer all the way through here on both sides. Obviously back here around the smaller areas, this is all rock solid, but here in the center where the spans are, it's still a little flexible. So it's gonna get a whole nother layer across the center section. I started on going around the outsides. I took a piece, went from up here down and then out. So we should be fully sealed here. The wood should be sealed once I'm done. Got a lot of air pockets up here in this front section. Big air pockets. So I've got to sand all this stuff down and kind of smooth it out a little bit before I put some more layers here. I've been working on getting this front section done. Just real complex. You know, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 curves in this damn thing here. So I'm gonna put a little piece of wood here and probably cut this fleece out and then stretch the fiberglass across here after it's soaked up, and kind of run it, put a piece here, stretch it both ways that way, and then put a piece here and stretch it up the sides, and then put another piece here, stretch it up the sides, and kind of keep it kind of taut while it cures. So I'll probably mix that batch pretty hot so it dries fast. But other than that, coming along pretty good. Just gotta get these other layers on. We're in these soft spots. It's not gonna be holding a whole lot of pressure, but I don't want it to, you know, be soft. So other than that, everything's good. I did try and start sanding this a little bit, and I got like this much done before my sander just clogged right the hell up. So I'll go get a grinder or maybe a DA if I feel ambitious enough to, but I just want to kind of smooth this down a little bit before I put the other coat on. I took a bunch of time today and just cleaned up. This place was a mess. You could barely walk around in here. So I went ahead and cleaned my table off, cleaned this table off, picked up all my stuff, kind of organized everything I got going here. But other than that, everything's coming along great. I know you guys, you know, I don't know if you're waiting for a video or not, but here's a short one for you. Once we get all this fiberglass done, then we'll move on to the priming, and then I'm gonna do an undercoating on it, so it's not gonna get any body work done to it at all. So I don't think that I'm gonna need the body work because I'm not painting it and making it look pretty. It's just gonna get an undercoating on it. So whatever little flaws there may be, you may see them, you may not. It's gonna be hanging from the roof. Who gives a shit? So, but other than that, everything's coming along nicely. We'll talk at you later. Thanks.